emergency lights bathed Laboratory 7 in pulsating red as security personnel rushed to contain the damage from the explosion.
All non-essential personnel evacuate to Sector B. Repeat, all non-essential personnel to Sector B.
Anderson, are you all right?
I saw it, Kessler. It was right in front of me.
Saw what? What happened in here?
A figure made of shadow. It spoke to me.
What caused the explosion? Why is the Phantom engine running?
It activated on its own. No one was at the controls.
These energy readings are off the charts. Whatever happened here, it affected the whole building. Look at this.
Kessler held out her tablet, showing Anderson the facility schematics, covered in red warning indicators. Energy signatures? Throughout the entire facility?
Whatever you let in, Anderson, it's spreading.
We need to contain this.
Contain it? We don't even know what it is.
Then we better find out. Fast. Anderson and Kessler had commandeered the facility's monitoring room, tracking the strange energy signatures now moving throughout the building.
Security has evacuated all non-essential personnel. We're down to a skeleton crew.
Good. Fewer people to have to worry about if this gets worse.
If? It's already worse, Anderson. Look at this. Security footage from the East Wing 10 minutes ago.
I don't see anything except static.
Keep watching.
As they observed the security footage, a sound emerged from the static. Footsteps echoing through an empty corridor. Those footsteps. But there's no one there. The static cleared momentarily, revealing something that made Anderson recoil from the screen. It's the same figure from the lab. Stop the playback.
That's not the only one. They're appearing all over the facility, always near power sources.
They're drawn to energy.
The question is why?
We've got another one. 3rd floor, electrical substation. On the screen, a new shadow formed. Unlike the others, this one had a distinct human shape.
This one's different. It's more formed.
Can you enhance that image?
Anderson, that shadow, it looks like Dr. Winter.
Dr. Winters? Our quantum physicist?
The same, but he's currently at our Tokyo facility. Has been for months.
Then how is his doppelganger here?
Another one, West Corridor.
The monitor switched to show another corridor, where another humanoid shadow moved across the wall. That one! That looks like Jenkins from engineering.
They all look like staff members, every single one of them.
What's happening?
We're in lockdown. Something's triggered the security protocols.
The monitors flickered back to life, each showing the same image, a shadowy figure that seemed to stare directly at them.
Anderson, Kessler, listen to us.
What are you?
We are you.
What do you mean you're us?
We are what you become, what all of us become.
You're from the future?
A future created by the Phantom Engine. Our experiment doesn't just bridge space, it bridges time.
If what you're saying is true, prove it. Tell us something only we would know.
The shadow on the monitor seemed to focus its attention on Kessler.
The equation that you keep in your desk drawer, the one you've never shown anyone, our grandfather's last gift to us.
How could you possibly?
The shadow turned toward Anderson.
The scar on your right shoulder, not from a lab accident as you tell everyone, from our father at age 12.
No, it's not possible.
We know everything about you because we are you, transformed by what happens next.
What happens next? What do you mean?
The Phantom Engine experiment. It goes wrong. Catastrophically wrong. We came back to stop it.
This is insane. They can't possibly be us from the future.
The engine was designed to manipulate energy across space. But if it's affecting time somehow... All the screens suddenly changed to show a live feed of Laboratory 7, where the Phantom Engine pulsed with strange energy.
Come to the engine. See for yourself.
We should not trust them.
We don't have to trust them, but I need to see the engine.
I still think this is a trap.
Look, if they wanted to harm us, they've had plenty of opportunities.
Something's happening in there. That engine shouldn't be active.
Stay behind me. The lab was transformed. The Phantom Engine now pulsed with a blue-black energy. Tendrils of shadow extended from its core, reaching toward the ceiling. My God!
It's creating a temporal field. These readings. Time is literally bending around the engine.
It's beautiful. A shadow materialized before Anderson, but unlike the others, this one had a face. His face, but aged and twisted with an expression of desperate urgency.
You recognize me now, don't you?
Wait, you're me?
What we become if you continue this experiment. What we all become.
Anderson, get away from it.
The engine creates a cascade failure in the space-time continuum. It doesn't just bridge dimensions, it collapses them. It creates a temporal paradox.
How? The containment field should prevent any sort of...
The containment field? Our modifications over the next 48 hours will tear a permanent hole in reality.
The temporal distortion is increasing. Whatever's happening is accelerating.
You must shut down the engine. Permanently destroy it.
I can't do that. This technology could revolutionize...
Look at me. This is what your revolution creates.
The shadow entity reached toward Anderson and touched his forehead. Anderson froze, his eyes widening in shock. Anderson's mind filled with flashing images. The facility in ruins. Colleagues transformed into shadowy specters. The world outside darkened by a spreading temporal anomaly.
I saw it. I saw what happens.
Then you know what you must do. Stop the engine. Destroy our research before it's too late.
What's happening? The engine is shutting down.
You can't maintain the connection much longer. The temporal window is closing.
No, wait. How do we stop it? What causes the failure?
The final calibration. Don't attempt to stabilize
The shadow entities vanished as suddenly as they had appeared, leaving Anderson and Kessler alone.
Tell me you believe me now. Tell me you'll shut this down.
Listen, I saw what happens if the experiment fails, but I also saw the potential.
Potential? Did you miss the part about reality collapsing?
Those shadows, they're us. But only from one potential future. A future where something went wrong.
And
that means that we can avoid their mistakes. We don't have to destroy the engine. We just have to perfect it.
Anderson, no! That's exactly what they're trying to warn us about.
They're trapped. They're stuck between dimensions and desperate. Of course they want us to stop. Of course. Kessler. I see it now. There's a flaw in the design. We need to modify the temporal stabilizers.
Anderson, listen to yourself. You're doing exactly what they warned against.
No, maybe they were just trying to point out what we got wrong. I'm fixing what was wrong.
I won't let you do this.
Then leave. This is my project, my discovery.
I'm going to the board. They need to know what's happening here.
You think they're gonna believe you? Time travel? You'll sound like a crazy person.
Alone in the lab, Anderson turned back to the engine. His mind was racing with new possibilities. He hadn't noticed the temperature suddenly dropping, or the faint whispers that seemed to come from the walls around him. And as Anderson worked, the shadows in the corners of the room grew deeper, watching his every move. The Phantom Engine, Episode 2, Reflections in Shadow. Next time on The Phantom Engine.
Just a few more adjustments to the temporal stabilizers.
The board has ordered an immediate shutdown. Security is on their way.
Step away from the controls, Dr. Anderson. This experiment is terminated.
The Phantom Engine, Episode 3, The Inevitable Loop, coming soon.
I can control it. I just need to modify the containment field.